Transform yourself completely. 2026 is your year. No excuses. Listen closely. 2026 isn't just another year on the calendar. It's your battlefield. And right now, you're standing at the edge of two paths. One leads to the same mediocre existence you've been tolerating. The other, total transformation. Complete dominance over your own life. Most people will choose comfort. They'll make resolutions in January and abandon them by February. They'll blame circumstances, blame timing, blame everyone but themselves. But you're not most people. You're here because something inside you refuses to settle. Here's what they won't tell you. Transformation isn't about motivation. It's about cold, calculated ruthlessness with yourself. Machiavelli understood power better than anyone. It's not given, it's taken. And the first territory you must conquer is the chaos inside your own mind. You want to become untouchable. Then understand this. The world respects strength, not intentions. It rewards action, not potential. Every single day you waste is a day your enemies, mediocrity, weakness, comfort, gain ground. Comment below right now. I claim 2026 if you're ready to stop being a spectator in your own life. Part 1. The brutal truth. You think you're ready for change? Prove it. Because here's the reality nobody wants to hear. You've been lying to yourself. Every excuse you've crafted, every justification for why you're not where you want to be, it's all a comfortable delusion you've wrapped yourself in like a blanket. Machiavelli wrote that men are quick to change their nature when they imagine they can improve their lot. But imagination without execution is just fantasy. You've imagined success 1,000 times. You've visualized the life you want. But visualization without violence, violence against your old self, is worthless. Dark psychology reveals something disturbing. Most people are enslaved by their need for approval, their fear of discomfort, their addiction to the path of least resistance. They're puppets, and they don't even see the strings. The average person would rather feel good than be great. They'd rather be liked than be powerful. They've traded their potential for permission from people who don't matter. But you're different, or at least you want to be. The question is whether you have the stomach for what comes next. Because transformation isn't a gentle process. It's surgical. It's cold. It requires cutting away everything that makes you weak. And most of that weakness is you. Comment. No more excuses if you're ready to face yourself. Part 2. The power of perception. Let me tell you something about power that most people never grasp. Power isn't just what you have, it's what others believe you have. Machiavelli knew this. He understood that perception shapes reality more than truth ever could. The person who controls the narrative controls the game. Look at your life right now. How do people perceive you? As someone formidable, as someone who executes, or as someone who talks big but delivers small? Because here's the cold truth. Your reputation is being written every single day by your actions. And right now, most of you are writing a story of mediocrity. In dark psychology, there's a principle called strategic ambiguity. The most powerful people reveal little and observe everything. They don't seek validation. They don't explain themselves to those who don't matter. They move in silence and let their results create the noise. While everyone else is broadcasting their plans, the truly dangerous ones are already 10 steps ahead, executing in the shadows. You want to transform? Then start by transforming how you're perceived. Stop announcing your goals to people who secretly want you to fail. Stop seeking approval from those who benefit from your weakness. Stop performing for an audience that doesn't pay your bills or add value to your existence. Instead, become calculated. Become observant. Study people like a psychologist studies behavior. Understand their motivations, their fears, their desires. When you understand what drives people, you can navigate any social landscape, any professional environment, any challenge. You become strategic, not reactive. The weak reveal everything. The powerful reveal nothing until the moment of impact. Which one are you going to be in 2026? Are you going to keep broadcasting your intentions, or are you going to become dangerously silent and impossibly effective? Comment. Silent and deadly, if you understand this principle. Part 3. Destroy your old identity. Here's where most transformation content lies to you. They tell you to find yourself or be authentic. That's garbage. You don't need to find yourself. You need to destroy the version of yourself that's been losing. You need to kill the person you've been and architect someone new from the ground up. Machiavelli said it's better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both. But I'll tell you something even more powerful. It's better to fear nothing than to be feared by others. And right now, you fear too much. You fear failure. You fear judgment. You fear being alone. You fear the work. You fear discovering that maybe you don't have what it takes. That fear is your prison, and the warden is you. Dark psychology teaches us that identity is fluid, not fixed. You're not born with a permanent self. You've been conditioned by your parents, your environment, your failures, your traumas. Every behavior pattern you have, every limiting belief, every weakness, it was installed. And what was installed can be uninstalled. But here's the part that requires ruthlessness. You have to be willing to betray your old self. That means abandoning the habits that comfort you, the friends who keep you small, the routines that feel safe but lead nowhere, the stories you tell yourself about why you can't, why it's too hard, why you're different. Your old identity will fight back. It will scream. It will try to negotiate. It will offer you comfort, nostalgia, familiar pain. It will say, this is who you are. You can't change. And in that moment, you have to be cold enough to watch it die without flinching. Think of yourself as clay, not stone. You are malleable. You can reshape your entire personality, your habits, your character, but only if you're willing to get your hands dirty. Only if you're willing to be the sculptor and the sculpture simultaneously. The person you are today was built by yesterday's choices. The person you become in 2026 will be built by today's decisions. Every single day, you're either reinforcing the old you or constructing the new you. There's no neutral ground. You're either building or decaying. So ask yourself, who dies today? What version of you gets left behind in 2025? What weakness are you finally ready to execute? Comment, I am reborn, if you're ready to kill your old self. Part 4. The discipline doctrine. Let's talk about discipline, but not the watered-down version you've heard before. Real discipline isn't motivation. It isn't inspiration. It's something far more sinister and far more powerful. It's the ability to do what's necessary regardless of how you feel. It's cold. It's mechanical. It's non-negotiable. Machiavelli understood that fortune favors the bold, but only when boldness is backed by preparation and discipline. Luck is what the undisciplined call it when the disciplined succeed. You think successful people are lucky? No. They're systematic. They've removed emotion from execution. They've built a machine inside themselves that runs whether they feel like it or not. Here's what dark psychology reveals about human behavior. We are slaves to our neurological patterns. Your brain is wired for comfort, for conservation of energy, for avoiding pain. Every time you hit snooze, every time you skip the workout, every time you choose the easy path, you're reinforcing neural pathways that keep you weak. You're literally building a brain that's designed to fail. But you can hijack this system. You can rewire it through repetition, through relentless consistency, through forcing yourself to act against your feelings. You create new neural pathways. You build a brain that defaults to discipline instead of defaulting to comfort. This is the secret. Discipline isn't something you find. It's something you forge through repetition and pain. Most people operate on feelings. I don't feel like going to the gym. I don't feel motivated to work. I don't feel like studying. Feelings are irrelevant. Feelings are weather patterns in your mind. They come, they go, they mean nothing. The disciplined man doesn't consult his feelings. He consults his calendar, his plan, his commitment. You want to know what separates the powerful from the powerless? The powerful have killed the negotiation process. When it's time to work, there's no internal debate. There's no should I or shouldn't I. There's only execution. The alarm goes off at 5 a.m. You rise. It's time to train. You train. It's time to work. You work. No discussion, no democracy inside your mind. You are a dictator over yourself. This is where masculine stoicism comes in. The Stoics understood that you cannot control external events, but you have absolute dominion over your actions and responses. You don't control the weather, the economy, other people's opinions, but you control whether you do your push-ups, whether you read that chapter, whether you make that call, whether you execute your plan. In 2026, you will face resistance every single day. Your mind will offer you 1,000 reasons to quit, to rest, to compromise, and every single time you must override it. You must become the master of your internal kingdom, ruling with an iron fist over every impulse that leads you away from your goals. Comment: discipline is freedom, if you're ready to become relentless. Part 5. The strategic advantage. Now we enter the realm where most people lose. Strategy. You can have discipline, you can have motivation, but without strategy, you're just a hard-working fool. You're busy, not effective. You're moving, not progressing. And the world doesn't reward effort, it rewards results. Machiavelli's entire philosophy centered on one concept: the end justifies the means. Not because he was evil, but because he was realistic. He understood that noble intentions without strategic thinking lead to noble failures. You can be the most ethical person in the room and still lose everything because you played by rules that nobody else follows. Listen carefully. The game is rigged, but not in the way you think. It's rigged against the naive, against those who believe hard work alone wins, against those who think the universe rewards good people. The universe is neutral. It doesn't care about your story, your struggles, or your good heart. It responds to leverage, positioning, and power. Dark psychology teaches us that every interaction is a negotiation. Every relationship has a power dynamic. Every situation has players who understand the game and players who don't even know they're playing. The question is simple. Are you the player, or are you being played? Here's your strategic framework for 2026. First, identify your battlefield. Where are you actually competing? Is it business, relationships, physical transformation, creative pursuits? You cannot conquer everything simultaneously. That's diffusion of power. Choose your primary battlefield and concentrate your forces there. Machiavelli knew that divided attention creates divided results. Second, study your competition ruthlessly. Who's already winning in your space? What do they know that you don't? What advantages do they have? Don't hate them. Study them like a scientist. Reverse engineer their success. Find the patterns. Most people are too proud to admit others are ahead of them. You're too smart to let pride block your education. Third, identify your unfair advantage. What can you do that others can't or won't? Maybe you can outwork them. Not just work hard, but work smart and hard combined. Maybe you have a unique combination of skills. Maybe you're willing to take risks others fear. Maybe you can endure discomfort longer. Find your edge and sharpen it until it cuts. Fourth, operate in the shadows until you're ready to strike. This is crucial. The moment you announce your plans, you create resistance. You invite skepticism. You give your competition time to prepare. The strategic move: build in silence. Execute in private. Reveal only when you've already won. Let your results be the announcement. Fifth, use time as your weapon. Most people want immediate results. They want transformation in 30 days. But you're playing a longer game. You're thinking in years, not weeks. This gives you patience others don't have. While they're burning out chasing quick wins, you're building an empire brick by brick, systematically, unstoppably. Sixth, adapt faster than others. Rigidity is death. The market changes, technology evolves, opportunities shift. The strategic mind doesn't fall in love with a single plan. It falls in love with winning. If plan A fails, you move to plan B without emotional attachment. You're water, not stone. You flow around obstacles. In 2026, you're not just working harder. You're working strategically. You're thinking 3 moves ahead. You're positioning yourself where opportunity and preparation collide. You're becoming dangerous, not through aggression, but through calculated, intelligent action. Comment: strategic dominance, if you're ready to outthink everyone. Part 6. The isolation principle. Here's a truth that will separate you from 99% of people. Transformation requires isolation, not forever, but for now. You cannot rebuild yourself while surrounded by people who knew the old you. You cannot rise while anchored to those who benefit from your mediocrity. Machiavelli wrote that a wise prince must know how to use both the beast and the man within himself. Sometimes you must be the lion, fierce and dominant. Sometimes you must be the fox, cunning and selective. But here's what he didn't emphasize enough. Sometimes you must be the wolf, willing to hunt alone when the pack holds you back. Look around at your circle right now. Honestly, assess them. How many are actually moving forward? How many are building something real? How many challenge you to be better versus enabling your excuses? Dark psychology reveals something uncomfortable. People are territorial about their identity, and your transformation threatens their comfort. When you change, you hold up a mirror to their stagnation. Your drinking buddies don't want you sober. Your lazy friends don't want you disciplined. Your broke associates don't want you wealthy. Not because they're evil, because your success makes their excuses invalid. Your transformation is a silent accusation of their choices. So they'll sabotage you subtly. They'll mock your ambition. They'll call you obsessed, crazy, too serious. They'll invite you to just relax and live a little. This is the test. Can you walk away? Can you choose your future over your comfort zone? Can you endure the loneliness that comes with outgrowing your environment? Isolation isn't permanent, but it's necessary. You need space from the noise, space from the opinions, space from people who don't understand the level you're trying to reach. The sculptor cannot create while everyone's grabbing the chisel, offering advice, telling him he's doing it wrong. He needs silence, focus, separation from distraction. In this isolation, you'll discover something powerful. You don't need as much as you thought. You don't need constant social validation. You don't need weekend parties to feel alive. You don't need to be understood by everyone. What you need is clarity, and clarity comes from solitude. Use this isolation strategically. This is your laboratory, your training ground. While others are out seeking entertainment, you're in here engineering a new version of yourself. While they're consuming, you're creating. While they're talking about dreams, you're building reality. But understand this: isolation also reveals your demons. When you're alone with your thoughts, with no distractions, no substances, no people to hide behind, you face yourself raw and unfiltered. You'll see your weaknesses clearly, your fears, your insecurities, the lies you've been telling yourself. This is uncomfortable. This is why most people avoid it. The weak run back to the crowd when isolation gets heavy. They can't handle their own company. They need constant external stimulation to avoid internal confrontation. But you're going to sit in that discomfort. You're going to face every ugly truth about yourself, and then you're going to systematically dismantle each weakness. Think of isolation as a forge. The metal must be separated from impurities, heated in solitude, hammered repeatedly, cooled and tempered. Only then does it become a blade. You're in the forge now. The heat is loneliness. The hammer is discipline. The impurities are your old habits, old friends, old patterns. This doesn't mean you become antisocial or bitter. It means you become selective, ruthlessly selective. You'll return to society, but as a different person. You'll rebuild your circle, but with people who match your new frequency. You'll re-engage, but on your terms, not theirs. For now though, get comfortable being misunderstood. Get comfortable eating alone while you work on your goals. Get comfortable with Friday nights in the gym instead of the club. Get comfortable with being called boring by people whose lives are going nowhere. The lion doesn't concern himself with the opinions of sheep, and in 2026, you're becoming the lion, solitary when necessary, dominant when it matters, strategic always. Comment: lone wolf mentality, if you're ready to walk alone. Part 7. The money and power equation. Let's address what everyone thinks but few say honestly. Money is power, and power is freedom. Not because money is everything, but because poverty is a cage that limits every other aspect of your existence. You cannot focus on self-actualization when you're worried about rent. You cannot pursue purpose when you're trapped in survival mode. Machiavelli understood that princes needed two things above all: military strength and financial resources. For you, the modern equivalent is this: skills that generate income and the discipline to deploy that income strategically. Without economic power, you're always at someone else's mercy. You're always one layoff, one emergency, one bad break away from catastrophe. Here's what dark psychology reveals about money. Society has conditioned you to feel guilty about wanting it. They've told you money doesn't buy happiness, that it's the root of all evil, that wealthy people are corrupt. This is programming designed to keep you passive. It's a psychological trick played by those who have money on those who don't. The truth: money amplifies what you already are. If you're generous, money makes you more generous. If you're corrupt, money makes you more corrupt. Money is a tool, and tools are neutral. A hammer can build a house or crack a skull. The hammer doesn't care. What matters is the hand that wields it. In 2026, you need to become obsessed with value creation, not chasing money, creating value. Because money is simply a byproduct of solving problems at scale. The bigger the problem you solve, the more people you solve it for, the more wealth flows to you. This is the equation they don't teach in school. Stop thinking like an employee. Stop trading time for money in a linear equation where you're capped by hours in a day. Start thinking in leverage. How can you create something once that pays you repeatedly? How can you build systems that generate income while you sleep? How can you acquire skills so valuable that people pay premium prices for your expertise? Dark psychology also teaches us about perceived value versus actual value. Two identical products can sell for vastly different prices based purely on positioning, branding, and perceived exclusivity. Most people underprice themselves because they don't understand this principle. They think value is objective. It's not. Value is psychological. You need to become a student of persuasion, influence, and human behavior. Understand what people actually want versus what they say they want. People say they want logic, but they buy on emotion. They say they want the cheapest option, but they'll pay more for status, for convenience, for the feeling of being exclusive. Here's your tactical approach. Identify a skill that's valuable in the marketplace, not what you love, what's valuable. Love can come later. Right now, you need leverage. Learn copywriting, sales, coding, trading, marketing, video editing. Whatever skill has market demand, master it to the point where you're in the top 10%. Then monetize it aggressively. But here's where most people fail. They make money and immediately lifestyle inflate. They get a raise and upgrade their car. They earn more and move to a more expensive apartment. This is the trap. This is how people make six figures and still live paycheck to paycheck. You're going to stay in the prison after you have the key. You're going to keep living below your means, even as your income rises. You're going to take that gap, the difference between what you earn and what you spend, and invest it in assets, in businesses, in skills, in things that appreciate, not depreciate. Machiavelli knew that power unused is power wasted. The same applies to money. Money sitting in a checking account is dying slowly to inflation. Money needs to work. It needs to multiply. You need to understand basic investing, basic business principles, basic financial strategy, not to become Warren Buffett overnight, but to stop being financially illiterate. And here's the psychological shift that changes everything. Stop seeing money as something you chase and start seeing it as something you attract through value. When you become more valuable, more skilled, more knowledgeable, more strategic, money flows naturally. The desperate chase money. The powerful create circumstances where money chases them. In 2026, your relationship with money needs to transform. No more victim mentality about the economy, your background, your circumstances. No more resentment toward those who have more. No more justifications for why you're broke. Just cold, calculated strategy to increase your value in the marketplace and convert that value into financial power. Because here's the reality. You cannot transform completely while financially desperate. You cannot focus on becoming your best self when you're stressed about bills. Financial pressure creates mental fog. It forces short-term thinking. It keeps you trapped in reactive mode instead of strategic mode. Get your money right, build your economic foundation, create breathing room. Then, from that position of stability and power, you can pursue everything else. Comment: wealth is freedom if you understand this principle. Part 8. The Physical Dominance Code. Now let's talk about something that most self-help gurus skip because it's too raw, too primal, too honest. Your body is a weapon, and right now, most of you are walking around unarmed. You cannot claim to be transforming yourself while you're physically weak, overweight, undisciplined with your health. Your body is the most honest scoreboard of your discipline. Machiavelli wrote that a prince must constantly train in the art of war, even in times of peace. Your body is your first battlefield. It's where you prove to yourself daily that you're capable of discomfort, capable of pushing past limits, capable of controlling your impulses. Every rep you complete, every mile you run, every meal you control, it's evidence that you're not just talking, you're executing. Here's what dark psychology reveals. People make judgments about your character within seconds of seeing you. Fair or not, true or not, your physical presence communicates volumes before you ever speak. A strong, disciplined body signals competence, self-control, and power. A neglected body signals the opposite. You can have the best ideas in the world, but if you can't manage your own physicality, people question everything else about you. This isn't about vanity. This is about strategic advantage. When you walk into a room physically dominant, fit, strong, carrying yourself with the confidence that comes from discipline, you immediately have psychological leverage. People respect physical presence. It's primal. It's hardwired into human psychology from thousands of years of evolution. But beyond external perception, there's something even more powerful happening: the internal transformation. When you train your body brutally, when you push through pain, when you control your diet despite cravings, you're building mental toughness that transfers to every area of life. The discipline you forge in the gym becomes the discipline you apply to business, to relationships, to every challenge you face. Your body is also your energy source. You cannot execute at high levels with low energy. You cannot think clearly when you're eating garbage. You cannot maintain focus when you're sleep-deprived and sedentary. Physical optimization isn't separate from mental optimization. They're interconnected. Your brain runs on the fuel you give it and the movement you provide. Here's your protocol for 2026. Train like your life depends on it, because in many ways, it does. Not randomly, not casually, systematically. Find a program, strength training, martial arts, running, whatever, and commit to it with religious devotion. 4 times a week minimum, no negotiations, no excuses about being busy. You find time for what matters, and this matters. Nutrition is where most people fail because it requires daily discipline, not one-time effort. You need to eat for performance, not comfort. Protein, vegetables, whole foods, water. Boring? Yes. Effective? Absolutely. You're not eating for entertainment, you're eating for fuel. Every meal is either building you or breaking you down. There's no neutral. Sleep is non-negotiable. 7 to 9 hours. Consistent schedule. Your body repairs and your brain consolidates learning during sleep. Skipping sleep to grind is stupid, not impressive. The most successful people prioritize recovery because they understand that rest is when you actually get stronger. Training breaks you down, sleep builds you back up. Here's where masculine stoicism enters. You will not feel like training most days. You'll be tired, you'll be sore, you'll have 1,000 reasonable excuses. This is where you separate yourself. The weak train when they feel like it. The strong train especially when they don't feel like it. Your feelings are irrelevant to your schedule. Dark psychology also teaches us about the connection between physical pain tolerance and mental resilience. When you regularly expose yourself to controlled physical discomfort, heavy weights, intense cardio, cold exposure, fasting, you literally rewire your brain's relationship with discomfort. You teach your nervous system that discomfort is survivable, even useful. This translates directly to your ability to handle stress, rejection, failure, and adversity in other areas. And let's address the elephant in the room: testosterone. For men, maintaining and optimizing testosterone is critical. It affects energy, mood, confidence, mental clarity, and physical performance. How do you optimize it? Heavy compound lifting, adequate sleep, proper nutrition with healthy fats, stress management, sunlight exposure, minimize alcohol and processed foods. This isn't optional, this is foundational. For everyone, regardless of gender, physical training creates a feedback loop of success. You set a goal, add 10 pounds to your deadlift, run a mile faster, do 50 push-ups straight. You work toward it systematically, you achieve it. Your brain gets a hit of accomplishment, proof that you can set goals and achieve them. This confidence spills into everything else. Your physical transformation also serves as visible proof of change. When people see you dropping fat, building muscle, carrying yourself differently, they can't deny your transformation. It's tangible. It's undeniable. It silences the doubters and inspires those watching from the sidelines. In 2026, you're going to build a body that matches your ambitions, not for Instagram, not for validation, for you, because you refuse to be weak, because you understand that physical dominance is foundational to complete transformation, because when you look in the mirror, you want to see someone formidable, someone disciplined, someone who has proven through their physique that they can commit to something difficult and see it through. Your body doesn't lie. It shows exactly how disciplined you've been. Make it tell a story of relentless commitment. Comment, "Forged in iron," if you're ready to build an unstoppable body.